set, and I just wanted to show you kind of how today goes. We'll see. It's wild and crazy again, so let's see where we get to. I'm gonna take it down. I did the same thing as I did yesterday. I just like looped that ponytail holder around once so that I could wash my face and do my makeup. And you can see once again it's wild and crazy. It's pretty humid here the last few days. It's spring, and so I live in Arkansas, and so it gets a little crazy. And I've been walking outside and stuff because it's so beautiful, but that kind of wreaks havoc on my hair a little bit. So let's get started. We're just gonna brush through it. That's how we're gonna start every time, and just see where we end up, and then see what we have to do to make it look cute for the day. So you're gonna need definitely your Denman brush. Hopefully you have one of these. This is the greatest brush ever for vintage sets. It's got this rounded half barrel, and it's a firm brush. It's not squishy like a paddle brush. If you don't have one of these, don't worry. You can use your paddle brush. It's squishy like this, and it doesn't have that rounded shape, and it works. It's just not quite as conducive to a vintage set. So a Denman brush might be worth the investment, and I don't think that they're terribly expensive. You may also need a boar's head brush or a Mason Pearson brush. These are like natural bristle brushes. This is an actual Mason Pearson. Mason Pearson brushes are incredibly expensive. So unless you use one every day or you're a stylist, you probably just want to go ahead and get a good boar's head brush. I think this brush is $200. So it's nothing to laugh at, but it's amazing. And then product-wise, we're gonna, of course, use some sort of a smoothing serum. Aveda Light Elements smoothing fluid is what I like. You're gonna need a light hold hairspray. I like Kevin Murphy's Session Spray Flex. I also like Aveda's Air Control, if you want something different. Today, we've talked about pomades and texturizing creams in my other videos, but today I might actually need some, we'll see. Texturizing cream, I like Kevin Murphy's Easy Rider, and then for a pomade, I like Lay Right's Original Hold. It's a water-based pomade, so it's really nice. It's easy when you go to shampoo your hair out. I'm gonna just get started brushing through here, and I'll talk to you a little bit about kind of the up and down side of using a pomade or a texturizing cream. I talk about this every time, just in case you're not watching all the videos, but I'm also starting at the ends of my hair and brushing, and I'm using the back of or the palm of my hand to kind of like fold the curl around it. You can see that as we go on, my hair gets longer because it's not curled so tightly. And we're just brushing through. But anyway, going back to pomades or texturizing cream, you want to use those sparingly, especially in the first few days if you're wanting to wear your set for the whole week, because they do such a good job that then it's a little hard to manipulate the hair going forward. So just starting with my ends, brushing through. You'll see that I hold my brush vertical. On a Denman brush, that doesn't really matter because all of the teeth line up in little rows going, whether you hold it vertically or horizontally. But when you brush with a paddle brush, if you hold it horizontally, they make like an X pattern, and if you hold it vertically, they make little rows. And when you're detangling, you want to brush in little rows, in the straight little rows so that it doesn't pull on the hair too much. If you're curious about how to properly hold your brush and properly brush your hair so that you're not creating extra breakage or any extra damage on it, I do have a YouTube tutorial on that, so check it out. It's just a really quick, easy one. So you can see, I kind of alluded to this earlier, is that this side always looks pretty good because this is the side I push to, so there's more hair, there's more curl over here, but also I sleep primarily on this side of my head, so it tends to get frizzier and flatter faster, just kind of the way that it is. So sometimes on day 3 I won't even be able to wear it down. Like let's say it was just like super, super humid, or maybe my hair got a little damp in the rain or something. But today it's looking pretty good. Like I'm actually gonna be able to wear it down. I might probably pull this side back a little bit just because if you notice, it looks longer on this side than it does on this side. And it's not actually, it's just where the curls are setting. So coming in with my smoothing fluid, maybe like a pea or a half pea size. You're gonna see like we pretty much do this every day. at least until we start pulling it up completely. So we're just smoothing through, getting rid of some of that frizz. That's why it's really important to find a smoothing fluid that you like, some sort of a smoothing serum, because it becomes like a really critical product in your process. And also, don't be afraid to like try using it different ways. Like it took me a little while, even though I'm Aveda trained and that's where I went to school and that's where I worked for a good portion of my career. It takes a little while to figure out how to use it just for your hair. You know, like everybody's hair is a little bit different. So you gotta kind of just work with it and say like, oh, okay, I did that and that was maybe a little too much, or maybe I need a little bit more next time, or maybe I just need to put it on the very end, or maybe I just need the slightest amount and I need to just only put it up top. You know, just play with it a little bit and don't be too quick to dismiss a product, especially if you've paid good money for it, because salon products are not inexpensive and they're totally worth it. But sometimes you have to be a little bit patient with the product and patient with yourself. To figure out how to make it work best for you. So I'm just kind of brushing back through here a little bit, kind of smoothing that product through, because obviously I'm a little frizzier today than I am, you know, on day 1 or day 2. And I tend to get a little frizzy through here, a little fuzzy. You can see like when we started on day 1, I kind of had more of like a Marilyn Monroe-ish look going, where it was kind of more up to my chin and it was big. So more of a 1950s look, and now we're kind of like delving into the more sultry 1940s, and that's just kind of how it starts to lay, which is why I like doing this roller set, is because I feel like I get like, it doesn't look like I'm wearing my hair the same every single day. It just ends up looking a little bit different, and it's fun because people would not think that I've been wearing the same roller set the whole time. So I don't know if you saw kind of what I did. I took my Denman brush because it has that like that half barrel to it, and I'm just kind of, this is where I get a little frizzy right here. I'm just kind of like rounding it back. So I've like totally reshaped that curl so that it's nice and smooth now, and it's not fuzzy and it's not that fluff. And then I'm gonna do that right here too. Sometimes that part is just a little, so that part, because that part's probably not gonna cooperate with me, I just know that about my hair. I'm gonna use a little bit of pomade. So I'm gonna show you. I like to, when I scoop product out, I like to scoop it on the back side of my finger, I guess, because my nails aren't long right now, but when my nails are long, then I don't get it, like, I don't get anything under my fingernails. Which is kind of gross, but it's true. So I don't know, that's like maybe like a little bit more than pea size, and it's probably actually a little too much, but I'm just gonna work it right through my fingertips. You're gonna see that it's kind of gonna disappear. And then I'm gonna just come down here. I'm only gonna put it where I know that I need it. And you can kind of see it makes the hair look a little bit wet. And that's because it's, you know, it's a moisture-based shine product. But then I can kind of come and curl this back toward my face. And now it's like smooth and not icky anymore. You see that? Maybe I shouldn't have worn a magenta colored shirt today so you can see it against my body a little bit better. But you get the idea. So this might also be a day where you would want to come through the top and back comb. I like it like this. I like going from, you know, the bigger fuller to like kind of down more. So I'm gonna leave it because I just like it. And on this side, I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. I'm gonna do like, maybe like, let me get my bobby pins out. I didn't do that, I'm sorry you guys. I'm gonna get a couple bobby pins out and a couple of hair pins out. Pardon me, I'm leaving you on the screen there. Okay, so hairpins are these guys, right? Can you see that? They're the open ones. And they are like the magic, they're like magic. They hold your style loosely, but they hold it. And then these are bobby pins. You see that? They're the tighter ones with the little ridges, right? And these are ones for like a tighter hold, more of a grip. So with your bobby pins, you always want to do 2 at a time. You always want to lock your pins. I actually am also using a comb, and I'm going to use my tight teeth of my comb, and I'm just going to do a little bit of back combing here. I do have a back combing tutorial, so check that out if you're not sure the proper way to back comb. I'm not going to go over that here. But then I'm just going to kind of pull it back. So I'm not creating a roll, I'm just creating like volume. So it kind of looks like a roll, but it's not really a roll. And then I'm gonna take my bobby pins, using my finger to open them, and I'm gonna pin back through here. It's really important that you start to hide your pins, and you can see that, I think you can see that mine's not hidden yet. Sorry, my puppy dog is down here, and he's turning my chair a little bit. You're gonna wanna hide your pins. And on this one, I'm gonna show you how to do it after the fact. So I've done my one pin, and you can see how it's kind of loose and how maybe throughout the day it would fall. So we're gonna lock our pins, which means we're gonna crisscross them like this so that these little teeth grab each other and they don't allow it to slip. So I'm gonna come back in, make sure I've got it where I want it, and I'm gonna lock my pin. So now you can see here, I think you can see I've crisscrossed my pins. But the bad part is my pins are showing. And for me, that's like the mark of, oh, I did my hair myself, you know, kind of a thing. So if you can get really good at hiding your bobby pins, you're gonna look like a pro right away, and your hairstyles are gonna be so good. So you can see here how this hair, the part that I've pinned back is kind of starting to fold over. So I'm gonna encourage that. I'm gonna encourage that to fold over, and then I'm gonna come up underneath the part that I had previously pinned back to hide my pins. So I'm gonna grab the hair that I want to hold, and then I'm gonna stick it up underneath. You see that? I'm hoping this actually looks cute. I'm gonna have to check it in the mirror before I tell you. And then I'm gonna lock that one too, because I don't want to, I certainly don't want that to fall out during the day. But I need to make sure that it goes up underneath the hair. I don't think I got it. Don't think I got it, you guys. I think I put that one right on top, and I didn't mean to. Let's try it again. Let me get my side mirror here so I can see better what I've done. Yeah, so I'm gonna take that, like that. And I'm actually gonna use a hairpin. So this guy, and I'm gonna start coming down with the tines pointing down, and then when I come into the hair, I'm gonna push up, and that's gonna lock that in. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, so all my pins are hidden. And then you can see kind of how big it is, how big my hair is back here. So we just need a little more smoothing fluid back there. So another pea-size amount. So kind of smooth that out a little bit more. Get a little frizzy in the back too, because you tend to sleep on your hair or it gets caught in your collar throughout the day. And I'm gonna re-smooth this because I haven't smoothed it since we pulled that side back. Let me see. I like to wear it kind of split and over my shoulders. But you don't have to do that. You can wear it behind your shoulders too. You can see how that just took the frizz right down, and now it looks really super smooth and glossy. And now that I've got it pulled back, and this side looks better now, right? Like, so the curl looks even from side to side, because I kind of got that part where I've slept on it just a little too much, pulled back. And now I'm gonna, since I've wiggled and moved, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do that same thing where I'm kind of twirling it around my brush right there to smooth that piece out a little bit. Again, and I'm actually, since we pulled this side back, now I feel like I do need a little bit more volume on top. So I'm gonna comb through this part. I'm gonna take, I don't know, like a 1 inch or 1 or 1.5 inch section. I'm gonna spray a little shot of hairspray at the root, and then I'm gonna do my back combing. Like I said, you can watch my back combing tutorial if you need like more in-depth help on this, because I'm just gonna kind of go through it pretty quickly, assuming that you've already watched it and that you kind of know how to do this. That combing does take some practice, so be patient with yourself if you're not getting it right away. And I always do, when I do through my bang section, I always do 3. I like to use the analogy as like, it's like building a house. You've got to give it a foundation to sit on. So had I just flipped this back over before doing this last section, it probably still would have, it would have done something weird like bloop, and then just like kind of fallen flat right here. So I've got to give it a little bit more to sit on. And then I'm gonna come back over with this. And now I'm gonna use the wide teeth of my comb. And I'm just gonna ever so lightly smooth that so that I'm not frizzy through here. And then as I come over, then I'm gonna go back to my Denman and I'm gonna reshape. You're gonna notice like I always have to reshape this until I get ready to put hairspray on it. So that's just my frizzy spot. And then down here is where we did that little bit of the pomade. So that's gonna hold better too, but it's probably gonna need a little bit of reshaping by you if you had to do that until you get it where you want it and you've got it set. So I like that better now because now it feels balanced. Like I don't feel flat here and then big here. So I'm good there. So now I come back in with my light hold hairspray. I like to use a light hold hairspray for as long as I can, like as many days as I can, because the minute I start putting like a heavy hold on, it's kind of like using the too much of the pomade. I'm too stuck. Like I don't have enough maneuverability. I want to show you a good trick. You can see I'm starting to get a little bit of flyaway or frizzy up here. So if I do that, and then I just take the can and like smooth it. The cool thing about that is the metal of the bottle is perfectly smooth, and so it doesn't create any extra frizz when you're trying to smooth those down. Whereas if you were to use your fingers, obviously your fingers are not completely smooth because we have, you know, fingerprints and ridges in our skin, but also there's product or there's oil, natural oils on your fingers, and so when you try to do that, it sometimes doesn't smooth quite the way you would like it to. So here we are, this is day 3. I'm loving it. I think it's super cute. It's a little looser. It's a little more playful. I like the side pulled back. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else you'd like to see. Enjoy.